somebody's telling the truth and somebody ain't. And we get into the bottom of this because this keeps happening. Good morning. Good morning. So this morning, I'm actually working remote today, and I am running to the supermarket real quick before I have to log in. But I just wanted to do a quick story time, something that I was thinking about the last couple of days. So I want to say about 13, 14 years ago, there was a time in my life when it was like a low time, I was just down on my luck, and I didn't have a job, and, looking for a job and all of that. And I think it was like my unemployment ran out, and, that kind of thing. And so I had to basically get on public assistance, whatever they call it in your state, welfare, food stamps, the whole nine. Is it no turn on red? Oh my God, did I just do a turn on red? That it was no turn on red. I'm paranoid after getting pulled over the other day. Anyway, so I was on public assistance, like I said, and, receiving welfare. And, for anybody that doesn't know, like, it's not like I was getting hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars or anything from the government. I was getting, it had to be, I think it was less than $50 a month. Not a week, a month. That was my cash, payout or whatever. And then my food stamp amount was higher than that. I remember that was I mean, I don't have any children, so of course you get more when you have children, and you get, the more children you have, the more you get, but I didn't have any children, it was just myself. So, but it still was, that might have been a couple of $100 of food stamps, which they put on a card. It's called an EBT card, just to, catch you up if you're not familiar with that life. But yeah, it was an EBT card that I had. And I remember going to the supermarket. I think it was me, my mother, and my sister. We went to the supermarket, and my mom has passed away since then. She's gone to be with the Lord. But she's a very proud woman. She was a very proud woman. She was born in the late 1920s. So like, she was literally born in 1929. Okay. And so I only say that to say, the mindset, but my mother was a very proud woman, like very proud. And I remember we were at the supermarket, and I remember saying to my mother, because she had to do like her grocery shopping for the month or whatever. She was, she was retired, and, got her money came in like once a month. So she did her everything for the month. So I remember saying to her, Mom, hey, why don't you, or, like you could like pick out everything you're going to get, from the supermarket today. And then we could put it on my EBT card, and then you could give me the cash. You can just give me the cash for that. And my mother looked at me like, oh no, I would never do something like that. Like, I don't know if she thought she was going, like she's going to be arrested, or I don't know. But she was just a proud woman. And the thought of that in her mind was like, I think it was partly embarrassing, or partly just like, oh no, I don't do that. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, it was just an idea, just a thought I had, just trying to get some cash. But that's where I was in life. And so, okay, so I mentioned that whole backstory. But also, you know, like there's certain requirements when, at least back then, I don't know what's going on with it today. And you know, of course, things have changed over, you know, what, 14 years or so. But back then there were certain requirements, like you had to attend I think it was like a work readiness workshop to get you ready for work, like certain, you know, days a week or whatever. You had to attend this workshop, and you had to search for a job. You had to do a job search log. You know, you had to log your jobs that you were looking for and turn that in on a regular basis to your counselor so that they knew you were looking for a job. And so when I would go to the work readiness workshops, like, to me, I would dress like I was going on a job interview. Like that's the way I understood it in my mind. Like they were getting me ready for work, you know, and so I dressed like I was going on an interview, or I was going to somebody's job to work. And so I would wear, like back then, I don't even know if they're still around or if they're still in business or whatever, but I used to have these Tahari suits. Like Tahari was my you know, that was my suit. And I had a couple of them. I had a couple of Tahari suits. So I would wear my little Tahari suits to this little workshop. And, you know, I was like, okay, I'm here. I gotta do what I gotta do. And nobody else was wearing suits, you know. I mean, and I'm not saying this to put myself like, oh, I was better than them, and oh, I was, you know, whatever. Actually, no, there was a gentleman who also came in a suit. I remember him because we, you know, kind of connected a little, you know, nothing serious or whatever, but just, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so I would go to the suits as if I was on an interview or something. And you know, I just remember having the mindset that this is only for a season. This is not who I am. This is not my life. This is just for a season. And then I remember having I did a volunteer position for a little bit. And same thing. When I went to the volunteer position, I dressed like I would for work. And they gave me a cubicle, like, you know, they gave me, you know, I was working. I was sitting there, I had a cubicle, I was, you know, making phone calls, I was, you know, answering them, I was doing all these things, you know, like I would at a job. And I remember, you know, like in my mind, I would, it felt like it was a job. It felt like it was a job until I remember the day the woman came by with paychecks. She came by with the paychecks, and she, you know, she would go to everybody and skip over my cubicle. And that's when it all came back to me that, oh, that's right. I don't actually work here. I don't get a paycheck. I just, I'm volunteering. But anyway, it was an interesting time, and it just taught me. And it was a short time. If that season of my life was 6 months, I'm telling you, it was not a long amount of time. All right, I got to get in the supermarket. I got to get what I got to get, and then I got to get out. But anyway, I just wanted to share also that now at my job that I'm at now, we work with that same population of people. Like those people that I was are now our customers. You know, the I mean, we have our customers. We have, various customers, but some of them are the same population, the GA, the welfare. And okay, I'm gonna have to finish this little conversation as soon as I get back to the car, because I have to run in here and get what I get, and I gotta be back. Okay, I'm back. So at my job now, we work with that population of people, again, amongst other groups of people. That's not the only population we work with, but it's one of them. And so I feel like I have a different level of, maybe it's empathy for that group of people, because I was one of them. I get it that there are people out here that are always going to abuse the system, no matter what. You've got your people that are just going to get over, or they think they're getting over, but in the long term, they're not getting nothing. But so you're gonna always have those people, but then you'll have people, and not to put myself on any pedestal, or I wasn't better than them, because I was there with them. We all were in the same situation. But I just had a clear vision that wasn't going to be my life. I wasn't going to try and milk the system. It's just like when someone's on unemployment. That's what, for a season. The goal is to get a job, because a job is, first of all, it's going to pay you more than what you would get on unemployment, and that's no way to live. But anyway, I'm getting off track. But so I say all of that to say that I work with people that, and I don't know their experience. I don't know their experience prior to working with them. I don't know. They could have been in that same situation as well. But I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like they have been, because their level of empathy is not the same, or it's not. They always assume that the person is trying to get over, that the person is trying to scam the system. Like, that's their first thought. If we had a situation in the office yesterday, and a person, it's kind of his word against hers. He said he was on the Zoom waiting for her, and she said that nobody was there. And she's the customer, he's the employee. And I'm really leaning to believe her, because the second thing out of his mouth, when he said he was on the Zoom, she wasn't there for, during the time she was supposed to be there. The second thing out of his mouth was, and we don't, like, we don't have the resources right now to serve her. So even if he did have that appointment with her, he would be telling her that he doesn't have the resources to service her right now. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that we don't have the resources. You made an appointment with her. You made an obligation to be there. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Again, I don't know who. Somebody's telling the truth and somebody ain't. And we get into the bottom of this, because this keeps happening with this same employee. His appointments mysteriously don't show up. And I'm quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. But anyway, you know, my whole point is just that when you yourself go through a situation, you see the other side and you see the other person's point of view. And everybody ain't trying to scam the system. Some people are just down on their luck and they just need assistance for a minute to get themselves back on track. And that's who I was, and I believe there's some good people out here, and that's where they are. I mean, sure, they might slip into a little depression and all of that, but still, you know, that doesn't mean that they are out here trying to scam the system. So anyway, I just, you know, I feel for these people. Not all of them, because some of them are trifling, and some of them are just, they not trying to work, they not look for a job, they are trying to live off the system. And unfortunately, it's generational. Like, it's been, that same behavior, that same mindset has been handed down from grandma, mama and them, and now you have the same mindset. And you know, and I'm not getting into having all the kids, and you got all these kids, and no, I'm not getting all off onto that. I'm just saying that I wish we could all live in someone's shoes. Oh, not live in them. Walk in someone's shoes when we're servicing them, because that would truly give us a better perspective of their situation and not always assume that they're trying to get over. And then you service them from that level. That's what I wish. But anyway, I'm headed back to home. I should be there in a couple of minutes. Give me enough time to get myself situated and log into the computer so that I can start my remote day. We have a Zoom meeting today, so I have to be, you know, up and ready to go for that. But anyway, have a great day. Stay safe. And don't forget to like, comment below, and subscribe to the channel. God bless.